Okay, so now it's very appropriate to call on the real tour de force for all of this day, the last 3 weeks, the last months of organizing this conference, Professor Victor Naban.
Barry's seat, as I kind of agree with his analysis related to international ramifications. Well, the first conclusion, I would say, is quite obvious. That is, we have had a very instructive, informative, excellent day. The proof is that you're still here since this morning. The second, with which I think you would also agree, is that it is getting late and we are quite tired. Hence, the third conclusion is that you would rather have me wrap up as fast as possible. This is what I will do for my own sake first and for yours as well. What struck me first is the diversity of activities covered by the word UGC. It is a wide net encompassing a wide variety of situations. Second, the UGC exception constitutes a step forward designed to take into account new practices in the context of new technology. The intention was certainly pure. However, this exception applies under some very strict conditions. The use should not be commercial and should not jeopardize future exploitation of the used work. Furthermore, the exception is drafted in terms far from being crystal clear, let alone ambiguous, and it is far from sure that it will shield from liability the contemplated UGC practitioners. A piece of advice that I would give is that regular copyright principle still prevail in many cases, and UGC practitioners would be well advised to be careful. What we realize today also is that some business models are being developed that are practical and that would cover such situations for not a very considerable fee. At present, UGC practitioners may be erroneously led to believe that giving the vast misleading publicity campaign that surrounded the enactment of Section 2921, that whatever they do is kosher. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Furthermore, one should mention the fact that such provision might be or might lead Canada to be put in contravention or to be held in contravention of its international obligations. So one would wonder whether this UGC is a real gift or is it a sham or a poisonous gift? Well, in order to get the answer, I have to tell you a story which happened a few years ago while I was consulting in the Gulf area. My hosts took me for a ride, not on the camel, for a car ride in the desert. And when I stepped out, I saw a Bedouin coming to me. And he said, "Hello, wise man." And I said, he was talking to me in English. And I said, "How come you say that I am a wise man?" He said, "You've got white hair. That's the sign." Perhaps a presumption, but believe me, a very rebuttable presumption in my case. Ask David Weaver, he will tell you more about it. And then he came and said, "I have a gift for you." So what is the nature of the gift? He said, I have a crystal ball I would like to give you. And whenever you have a problem, whenever you're seeking a definitive answer on a very complex issue, ask the crystal ball. It will never fail you. I said, fine, thank you very much. Where is the crystal ball? He said, it's in digital form. And you should know that digital form means dematerialized. Here it is. One should imagine it. But nevertheless, I felt that there was some kind of energy going on between my hands. So since then, whenever I am confronted with a particular difficulty, I consult my crystal ball. And it has effectively never failed me. Each time I get the exact answer. And you don't laugh. So I put the question to my crystal ball yesterday. Is it a real gift, this exception, section 2921? And the crystal ball said, perhaps. Usually it gives you a yes or a no answer. And then I asked it, could it be a poisonous gift? And the answer was, maybe. So the only real answer I could give with certainty, during my expose, I was putting forth providing more questions than answers. The only answer I can provide with certainty is that my crystal ball has turned into a politician. Thank you very much. And now, dear Pina, the floor is yours.
Just some final housekeeping matters, and really to start, a real big round of applause to Professor Naban. I think we can all agree that his eloquence and his good humor has imbued this entire day, and we've seen this from the putting together of the conference to his final remarks, and for that we're grateful for all that you've done for the law school these last 3 weeks. I know your students cherish you, and we look forward to welcoming you again. You know, I always end with that one, so you're gonna get it back again. So thank you so much. I have to say that many of you have already alerted to the fact that our speakers have been simply excellent. So thank you so much for coming far and near to be with us today and for supporting IP Osgoode. We look forward to having many of your comments actually permanently archived, not only on IP Osgoode, but also in the Intellectual Property Journal. And that goes for all of you in the audience. Thank you for all of your insights and comments and passionate questions. Those also, we look forward to receiving, though, any kind of submissions that you have. If not, we'll be sure to archive them in the IPJ. Unless you have any problems with that, you let us know, but this is the warning now for you. And also, if any of you are accessing this when you'll be online, you're also invited to submit any thoughts on what you've seen today. So with that, great thanks go. Michelle Lee has been incredible here on my left. She is really the reason IP Osgoode is doing so well, I have to say. Barry said some really nice things about IP Osgoode, but I have to say IP Osgoode is lucky to have Michelle Lee. So thank you, Michelle. And to our sponsors, 5 years in, I want to keep going another 5 years. So Castles, Gowlings, McCarthy's. Barry, I know you were at the last panel. Thank you so much. One thing that I always like to say is that a community is only as strong as its members. So we look forward to hearing from all of you, your thoughts, your insights, and of course, your sponsorships to make all of this happen. So please do keep IP Osgoode in mind. The IPJ for the UGC special issue that we have coming up. Do put IP Osgoode on your homepage if you haven't already, or at least visit it frequently. Make sure you receive the Ipigram, because it's our weekly newsletter where you see all that is new and exciting in IP here in Canada and around the world. And what can I say? I look forward to seeing you at our next event, if not before. And it's a great honor to be able to wish you all, in Canadian style, a very safe and happy Thanksgiving weekend. So thank you.